Hello, everyone. It is me, Stashlin, and welcome back to the Stashlin Yaps podcast, where today we're yapping about the Minecraft movie. Again, Warner Brothers released a second trailer. Don't ask me why, I don't know why. I just know it was probably a bad idea on their part. But let's get into it. Starting out strong with the trailer, we have child labor. That's right, we've got kids yearning for the mines, because we can't let that joke die, apparently. Which is, I mean, to be fair, it's a strong start until you realize that apparently that means that in whatever world this movie is not, whatever the non-Minecraft world this movie is set in, has this weird tesseract cube that can be found naturally. And that tesseract cube, when combined with another piece of exterior cube, makes Portal to not Minecraft. I don't know what exactly the lore is here and what the reasoning is behind any of this, but nothing is coherent, and it sure as hell isn't Minecraft. I really don't know why they made the choices they made about this movie, but the choices they did make are not good, to say the least. They are, in fact, quite atrociously bad, in fact. So, starting out strong, right? We got child labor. After that, there is Jack Black's character, right? Steve. You know, he's getting into the Minecraft world, right? And he starts placing blocks, tames a dog. I mean, okay. All right, sure. And apparently he becomes the swarm protector of the village that we see in the beginning, which it looks different from the original trailer. Like, the original trailer looks different. Like, the village looks different than it did here. Also, apparently a bunch of YouTube Minecraft creators got invited out to see some stuff about the trailer, and they have made a bunch of square food items, even though food items aren't inherently square. Like, the potatoes aren't just square. I don't know why that's a thing. Like, I mean, is that golden carrot square? No, it's not. That carrot is not square, right? Why are you making all of your items square? They don't have to be. Make your items look like they do in the game, not like how you think the game is played. Because I honestly, I'm fairly certain that none of the people working on this movie have actually played the game, honestly. I know Jack Black said he did, but if he did, he can't in good faith make this movie the way he's doing it. And he can't be defending it as much as he is. When the first trailer started getting hate, he really took to Twitter and just started ripping on people. And I mean, he just dug himself into such a hole. Like, I don't think most people want to see this movie now anymore. And honestly, if they chose to release this movie like 3 days earlier, it could be the greatest April Fool's joke of all time. But no, it's released on April 4th, not April 1st. So the chance for him to be like, oh, it's an April Fool's joke is now kind of gone, unfortunately, because well, they're releasing on an April Fool's. Which honestly, that would probably be one of the few ways to save it. Quite honestly, is if you were to do that. Moving on from that, we see some more scenes about crafting. We see there's elytras in this movie, but no one has any armor that they put on so far. We've got elytras and rockets, but nobody puts on any armor at all, which is interesting to say the least. I talked about I talked about the ghasts being rode by the piglins in the first version, the first time I talked about this, the first episode. Well, not the first podcast episode, but the first episode about the Minecraft movie, which I mean I have probably problems with it, but it's definitely not the first time we've seen it. Like even in the Fallen Kingdom video series or music video series, we saw that, so I really can't complain about that. It's a trope we see in Minecraft related content. So that one I think I can pretty safely say that one's copied in pretty good faith, considering Captain Sparkles did it and no one went after him for it. So, or at least if someone did, that's no one knows about it. I sure as heck don't. So I can't really complain about that. I do think it's dumb. I think it's overdone, but it is generally sticking to the kind of established Minecraft lore. So not the end of the world there on that front. But aside from the Tesseract Cube and child labor, and the fact that nobody wears armor apparently in this movie, but there are shields. There are shields, just no armor. And apparently Steve has somehow only gotten one Ender Pearl, which we see at the end of the movie that, or the end of the trailer, I should say, that that's a thing. And we can expect to see a very, very quick day-night cycle, which is kind of cool. And honestly, now the more I see it, I don't hate all the mob design. Like I think the bee is pretty good. I do like the bee, and the dog is okay. I think the sheep is weirdly enough the weirdest looking of the mobs. It's the most hyper realistic looking one, which of course we saw in the first movie, or the first movie trailer, I should say. It's so out of place. I don't know if they decide to make changes because of that. If they did decide to make changes to the movie due to viewer criticism, that's great. That's a step in the right direction to make this movie good. Well, as okay as it could be, I should say. This again is still Minecraft Jumanji, but worse because it's got child labor. I can't get over that fact that there is that part of this movie is about Jack Black's character not wanting to be told he can't go mine for ores. Like that's that's how he gets into Minecraft. Into the 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 movie world, I'm gonna call it, because it's not Minecraft, and I refuse to call it such. It couldn't be further from, and it doesn't deserve the respect of being called that. So I'm not going to call it that. But yeah, Jack Black's character just unlocks the universe of movie whatever through mining and child labor. Pretty cool. We got child extortion in Minecraft before GTA 6. Very hype. So that's a thing. Aside from that, looking at some other item designs, the rockets are okay. We get a really good look into the stash as it's referred to in the movie, which I'm okay with most of the item design. I don't know why the helmets are so small. Like that's not fitting on anything except for, Jack Black's character as a child. It's the only thing it's gonna fit on in this movie. They're so tiny. I don't get it. What, like, you see there's a suit of iron armor too. So they choose not to wear iron armor. Somebody could wear that armor and no one does. I don't know why. Like, you've got armor, use it. There's no reason not to. And so, but the helmet is like 4 times smaller than everything else there. And it looks so incredibly out of place. It just looks wrong in general. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they're leaving that. Like, that seems to me like kind of an issue. I mean, it's not like necessarily integral to the movie's success. What would have been integral to the movie's success was making it good in the first place. And they haven't chosen to do that. So I can't imagine that they're gonna do any other things to fix issues like that. Especially considering they're sticking to some really weird tropes. I don't I in all honesty, we probably should have seen this kind of thing coming for what the Minecraft movie was going to be. This probably should have been something we recognized was going to happen before it started, and we didn't. So maybe as Minecrafters, that's on us a little bit for that, for not realizing this is probably what they're going to do to us. But then again, the second set of Jumanji movies, I don't know that we saw those coming either, so who knows? But Hollywood's got this weird trope of Jumanjiing everything. Like, why does Minecraft have to be an isekai movie? Like, what? then again, it is Minecraft. I don't really know what else. Like, you have to make your own story, and that's fine. And they did that. They did make their own story, which is a good thing. But they didn't do a good. Well, I can't say they made their own story. They ripped it off from Jumanji. They ripped it off from Jumanji. I can't say it's good, and I can't in good faith say it's good, or that they did it themselves either. But I mean, at least they did the right thing and like didn't just make a movie about killing an Ender Dragon. Although to be fair, you probably could make a really good movie out of that. Like get like do. I mean, you have to do some serious CGI for the Ender Dragon, but I mean, you could do like you could say something like I don't know, like mobs from the end are causing disturbances in the world and the Ender Dragon's behind it or something, and then gotta go kill the Ender Dragon, right? Which, well, considering the fact that they have Elytras, it means that someone's killed the Ender Dragon. The Ender Dragon is not alive in this world, so Steve must have gone and killed the Ender Dragon. Yet he has an Elytra, but no shulker boxes. He has an Elytra, but no dragon head. He must have like close to 70 levels of XP. And there is one enchanted diamond helmet. There is one enchanted diamond helmet that we see. But they don't as far we haven't seen any enchanting done yet, which is strange. The Elytras don't appear to be enchanted, which okay, that's an interesting choice. An unenchanted Elytra. Great way to break it in about 15 seconds. Get like a minute of use out of it maximum before it just shatters because it has a whole 300 something durability and it loses one durability for every like quarter second of flight without breaking on it. So that's nice. I don't know where this movie's going. I keep losing more and more hope by the hour. I will say this movie hasn't committed as many atrocities as the first trailer did, that's for sure. Like the first trailer really committed a lot of atrocities, and maybe now we're just like desensitized to the Minecraft movie not being Minecraft. Because I consigned to that fate after basically as soon as I started making the first episode on this topic. I consigned myself to that fate of this movie just isn't going to be good. This movie isn't going to be Minecraft either because it's not. There's so many issues with it. There's so many lore breaking things. Obviously, a Tesseract opening a portal to Minecraft isn't very Minecraft lore friendly. But it doesn't seem to get any better with time. Like they just keep making mistake after mistake thinking, "Oh, well we can fix this if we just do this." And it's like, "No. No, you can't. Please stop trying to do that." You know? But yet they keep insisting on like intentionally ruining the movie, I swear. That's what it feels like, at least. It feels like they're just incessant on trying to make the movie bad at times. And I feel bad for all the people who put in the work to design all of the who put in all the work to design all of those props and whatnot. Like that's some really in-depth work that they've done. Like the square chicken, I mean, that's kind of cool. Like, I do have to say, the prop design, for what the, for looking at it holistically, like, ignoring the fact that it's not Minecraft, just looking at it conventionally, the design team did do a really good job with, like, props and, I mean, the set does look good. Like, that terrain and whatnot, it's pretty good looking terrain, you know? Would I pick that over, I don't know, like, custom mountain ranges and whatnot in Minecraft? Probably not. I wouldn't make that weird arch thing. But I will say the movie does look pretty good set and prop wise. In that aspect, I think the movie is pretty alright and pretty respectable there. Issue is it's really the only place the movie is good, right? And the chickens don't need to be square, guys. The mob does, yes, but the actual thing itself doesn't. Like the chicken I'll use the golden carrot example again. That isn't square. So why are the carrots square, you know? I guess I don't know. I mean, I don't know that that was ever the intention with Minecraft. I mean, it's just the blocks are really the only thing that's supposed to be square. It's not supposed to be everything, right? Like the elytra isn't square, you know? Like look at that. That thing is not square, you know. My tools aren't square. My food isn't square, you know. It's blocks and it's mobs and it's you. That's the things that are square. The items are not. The food isn't, you know. I mean, there are some foods that grow up to be square, like square melons and pumpkins, which they did do. And again, those look really good. It's the only, I really want to kind of harp on that because it's like the only like actually like good thing about the movie is some design. Like the mob design isn't great. Mob design just isn't good to begin with, unfortunately. Mob design is pretty atrocious, sadly. But the set design and most of the prop design is great. And I think it looks, again, it's not Minecraft, but I think it looks pretty good. So I do want to give them credit. And I think that it's going to get swept under the rug with the rest of the movie being so terrible. I think their hard work is going to kind of get waylaid, kind of get going to get glossed over and cast in a shadow of everything else being bad, and they're going to get kind of screwed over. Then again, I don't know. Design, graphic design, it shouldn't be the entirety of the movie, although it is important. I mean, as we saw with the Sonic movie, you know, design is important, and I'm really, really hoping that the mobs looking different and not feeling the same is a sign that maybe they're going to give us the Sonic movie treatment where they do make changes to the movie graphically before they release it and they redo some things because of how bad things look, but I don't think that's going to happen. The costume design, I don't know why it's so bad, but the costume design isn't good. None of the costumes make any sense whatsoever. I don't get any of it. Also, apparently there's world gaming competitions in the 1980s in this world because Jason Momoa's character, Garbage Man Garrison Garrett, something or other, Mr. Gamer of the Year in 1989. Apparently they've got world gaming championships in this world for something. I don't know how you can have just like general gaming championships without, as opposed to like individual games. Like the only way you could do that is individual games, I'd imagine. Well, I guess you could. The only other way I could see it happening is like an Olympic style thing where you have to compete in like a bunch of different games against everybody, so you have to be good at like as many games as you possibly can be. Maybe that would be how it's done. I don't know. I'm not really sure on that. I just know that it's interesting for sure. I'm not, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of really strange plot points here that make no sense to me whatsoever. And they're like just completely illogical. And the lore just keeps getting more and more broken. I I don't know what else, really else to say about this movie. It just keeps getting worse. And the cinematography doesn't look very great either. There's one good thing, and that's the design, and that's really the only good thing I have to say about this movie. Other than that, I can only say that it's going to be bad, and I don't have hope for it. Which is really disappointing. I think I speak for a lot of people here, and when I say that we were really hoping for a standout Minecraft movie. And I think that unfortunately, YouTube's already done that better than any movie studio could have. I don't. Leaving it up to Hollywood was the worst mistake that could have been made, right? It was. There was just. Honestly, I don't know that there was any good way to do it. I think that the people who were given this movie kind of had their hands tied as to how to make it good. there were some changes that could have been made to make it tolerable, but I don't know that there's any true way to make the movie genuinely good or enjoyable. I will say maybe don't hate watch it because giving money to this isn't the right thing to do. I would advise you to not hate watch it. Wait till it like comes out on like other places. I mean, if it does, I'm sure people are gonna record it and pirate it. I'm not saying you should do that, but it will be there. You're gonna find, slime tutorials of it on YouTube, right? You're gonna find those. And so maybe watch it there if you're really that interested in watching it. I don't know. I'm probably gonna watch it in theaters simply for making content purposes. Kind of my job as a YouTuber, gotta make videos. I don't know, I'm really, really disappointed that it keeps managing to make itself worse. The trench keeps getting dug deeper and deeper and deeper. And this movie doesn't feel like it has any actual, like, the people who've played this game have played, the people making this movie has played the game. Like, there's no feeling of that. Like, Jack Black claims he played Minecraft. If he did, he has an entirely different playstyle than literally everybody. You know? Like, it doesn't even feel like it's a Mojang assisted thing. Like, this doesn't even have the Mojang vibe to it. This simply has Hollywood took over and said no to everybody who knows what they're doing, which, mind you, that's a common thing for Hollywood. They rarely does Hollywood let the actual experts handle things. They just pretend that they are the experts and then work from there. So maybe the studio themselves kind of got screwed over by Hollywood elites. I don't know. I don't think that's the case. I think I think they just chose to do the typical Hollywood thing and just screw up and blame it on everybody else because Hollywood can't make a good movie to save their life as of last couple of years, aside from a few standout projects, but those are really anti-Hollywood as best as they can be. Take Deadpool and Wolverine, for example. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. It's conventionally fun and enjoyable. And it took a very anti-Hollywood stance in the way it was produced and subtle messages and subtle digs in the movie, you know? And it was actually good because it's not following the Hollywood set of steps. Because Hollywood can't make a good movie anymore. It's too politicized and filled with extra garbage and people going for a quick buck than people who actually like and enjoy cinema and cinema related things and making films. The days of Hollywood's glory days it's not here anymore. Unfortunately. I don't see it coming back. Minecraft movie is just one example of how Hollywood has taken a sacred art form and ruined it. Well, sacred's maybe not the wrong word, but a cherished art form, I should say. And just shot it and then dug a shallow grave and tossed the body in there and covered it in gasoline and burned it. You know? It's really depressing. Although, did the movie even have a chance to begin with? I don't know. There was every chance that a Minecraft movie just wasn't going to be good anyway, and that Minecraft. Now, here's the thing about this. Like, I forget what the exact word for it is, but there's a specific kind of bias included with a logical fallacy of you've only seen something one way and that you cannot come up with any other way that would work, right? Minecraft has always been YouTube based content for the most part, right? There's been a couple of other things, but nothing that's done as well as the original game, and no type of viewable content that's done as well as Minecraft YouTube content, right? You know, Minecraft story mode didn't do great. Does it have its flaws? You betcha it does. But it's better than the Minecraft movie. weirdly, I think it's better. In most cases, it's better. I mean, does it deserve some of its hate? Yes, everything deserves a certain level of hate because everything needs to be everything needs to be at least kept under tabs and watched and carefully critiqued, right? It's just the way things should be. It's important for things to go well that we keep things under lock and key and we keep critiquing things. It's just important that we do it. But going beyond that, someone should have done that with this movie and they chose not to, right? Anyhow, I think that there might be something to that in the case that we've only consumed this sort of content of Minecraft YouTube, such as this video, right? Mind you, this is also commentary, but it is a Minecraft video essentially. But we've just grown so accustomed to watching that kind of content that we don't really know how else it would work. Or it could be that maybe Minecraft just, isn't the kind of game that's meant for a movie. You know, there are better games that could be made into movies, like actual story-based games, and then you do a film adaptation. That's generally the best way to do a movie about a game. Like if they were to do a movie about Cyberpunk 2077, again, you got to worry that Hollywood's going to ruin it, but that could be a really, really good film adaptation. Mind you, you'd actually need quite a large Hollywood office because that's going to be a lot of CGI and in-depth movie magic to make that a really good-looking and enjoyable movie if you want to get in the actual cyberpunk-esque everything, right? You'd need some in-depth CGI departments to do that. But it's definitely doable. And with Minecraft, I genuinely wonder what all is CGI and what isn't. Like, to some degree, the terrain is, and to some degree, it isn't. Like, the village houses, from what we've seen from, like, teasers and clips and whatnot, and YouTube shorts with YouTubers, like, the first one I saw was Mumbo Jumbo's, and he showed us a little bit. That's where the square food thing's really been coming up from, because that's where I first saw that. And so that was my first view of that stuff, which it's not good. I mean, you guys know my opinions on that. You've heard me yapping about it. Food ain't square. Stop making it square. No need for it to be. You know. That's where I first saw that. The movie is just. I'm not sure that there's any other way to do it, and I am kind of at a loss for words about what else to say, honestly. Thank you guys for watching. I suppose if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, share it with your dog and cat. And little Timmy, do your homework. Bye, guys.